behind. Check the radio, pit crew is far from slow. The lights no longer yellow. Ready, steady, go. Crank it up. Oh, it's racing. 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 In love with the ride. Burning rubber smells real nice. Fuel it up once or twice. Come on, fast is the way to drive. Crowds all on their feet, not one bothered by the heat. Imagine them in the driver's seat. Checkered flag would be sweet. Crank it up. Oh, it's racing. 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 Everybody get ready. On your feet. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Crank it up. Crank it up. Oh, it's racing. 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 Crank it up.
With the ButtKicker Gamer 2, what you see and what you hear is what you feel. ButtKicker. The future is feeling.
Looking for a new PC or an upgrade to your current one? Look no further than Ford Entertainment Group, your home for the best quality and value in new, pre-built, and custom PCs at the lowest price guaranteed. We have affordable PC solutions for any budget, with custom builds starting at $595. Even the pros turn to Ford Entertainment Group to get them up and running. With valued customers from all over the world, it's easy to see why Ford Entertainment Group is the most trusted brand in custom PCs.
I wanted to save my awesome subscribers the most money when they start their sim racing journey. Well, I searched high and low for the best deals, and I'm so proud that Jeffrey and I have partnered up so I can spread the good news about where to get the lowest price on a high quality computer.
Feel confident when buying from us with the FEG Satisfaction Guarantee. Get yourself on track today by visiting us online at FEGPC.net.
When you need the best designs in your fleet of vehicles, there's only one brand name that many trust in. One that makes every car pop out from the rest of the field, and that is Lightning Wrapz. Be sure to check us out on Facebook at Lightning Wrapz to get yourself a vehicle unlike the rest. Lightning Wrapz, the most affordable designs made at your leisure. indeed, it is that time again, ladies and gentlemen. Raise the curtain and lift the spirits. It is time to raise your drinks and throw the dice. We're in Las Vegas Motor Speedway here live tonight for your action-packed adventures here for the Pedal to Metal Racing League's Six Sigma Sim Racing 80 at Las Vegas Motor Speedway. Presented in part by our friends at Six Sigma Sim Racing, the ButtKicker Company, Pit Stall Racing Series, Ford Entertainment Group PC.net, GainZFitness.inc, and Lightning Wrapz. As we kick it off on the show on the 1.5 mile long track, it's time to get down to business here on the show. Hi everyone, I am the Crusader, Chris Estrada, joining you guys today. As we're getting ready to get down to the field here. Our drivers right now preparing up for the battle at hand and for what could be a wild little race here. Presented by the Pit Stall Race Series. Here's our starting lineup. Jeffrey Vickery is on the pole, and the number 7 on the outside, and the number 21, it is the Rattlesnake, Robert Kahn. And row number 2, the 27 is going to be Corey Ray, the outside, and the number 51, it is Jeff Ratke. Row number 3 is Dennis Ward, the number 90 outside, and the 99, it is Wally Babb. Row number 4 and the 5, it is the Throttle Chantel Bottle, the outside, and her number 20, that'll be Jeffrey Oakes. Row number 5 is Jason Brennan, the 55, the outside, and the number 3, that'll be Jason Henry. Row 6 is Hoffy, Matthew Hoffer, in the 84, the outside, Hammer down, it's Hammer and Hansen, Hunter Hansen in the 13. And row number 7 will pilot it with Michael Viner making his television debut in the big 00, the outside, and the 76 is Mike right out. Row number 8 is going to be Kevin Baker in the 87, the outside, and the 95, it's Robert Lawrence. Row 9 is Bobby Anderson, the 18, the outside, number 66, it is Corey Stahl. On the final starter, shotgun in the field, the 98, Sean Long. Race fans, the last time we were here, magic was created and absolute chaos ensued. Will we get more of that here tonight? You're about to find out here with us. To the green flag starting zone, the Six Sigma Sim Racing 80 begins. As the dust already kicks up here off the start, the drivers will leader the way down onto the gate. On the bottom lane early, Vickery and Reed will take control early, trying to hammer through and look for the momentum. Pounding the gas pedal, hitting the loud pedal. Dust start to kick up as the sand dunes here start to reel in a little sandstorm on the drivers. Getting them down to the positions here. Drivers early on trying to get to the bottom lane or trying to get towards a line that they can hammer off of and really keep control of. Lines are going to be so crucial here in transitioning very high here as well. You cannot give up too much early and you cannot let up too quickly. Lap 30 seems to be the competition caution break for these drivers as well. So that'll be one thing that kind of helps loom on them for a bit of the start here. You can see that dust too kicking up early. Again, that's just sand and extra debris that came off from the sand down there on the track, and also the tire wear already getting burned up. But with that speed and power, it will eventually kick all that off and will start to develop some more rubber onto the track. Sand and grime stays with them though throughout, so as long as that the marbles and all that on the top side don't go too far down the bottom, it actually creates a little bit more of a diverse racetrack, a little bit more of a controlled end of the spectrum, allowing drivers to really open their harnesses up and really open this truck up as much as they'd like. Speed is extremely critical though. You watch the drivers early, they stay in the draft, trying to keep the power up. Many of which won't be trying to let up too quickly. They won't be trying to get out of the gas as much as they think. A lot of them very much focused on trying to hit personal positions and timing just right. Down across the playing fields here, we are nearly 3 deep in. Look at number 51, Jeffrey Ratke, immediately taking through the number 20, and Jeffrey Oakes. The field works their way down. Good battle back here from the drivers here as everybody looks for position and looks for their charge. Swinging them off for turn 1 and 2, though. It is seemingly a bit of the Vickery and Kahn story again. Remember the last time Vickery and Kahn, they went to war. Throwing the chips down and having a few drinks slapped on. They threw everything in there to get this win and get this race victory. It would be Kahn that would outlast him, as well as Matthew Hofford, who also at one point seemingly had a great opportunity to take control of the race and get that first win out of the way
that he's been looking for quite some time. Right now, Hofford here in the number 84 seems to be kind of narrowed in and really stacking himself into the drive. Staying in the smart spot here, staying in the sweet spot, trying to hole shot it off with number 664 Corey Stahl though. Bottom lane is going to be where most of the drive is going to be at to save tires, but you're not going to get the most speed there. In the middle and the outside, you have a lot more power to gain control from. But as time goes on, that's where it becomes more and more difficult to go. And the throttle sent up model in the fight trying to get out of that early. Khan and Vickery, much the same, looking for the lead. They will go back at it once more here. The Rattlesnake versus the Vickery camp. Vickery has had a lot of time to think and feel out the process he was going to bring to this table. And trying probably not to look like the little face he put on the side of the truck there. Probably trying to make that Khan's face in this case. But unfortunately, the only thing he's making himself into is a bit of a target here for the field behind him to get around him. Big opening coming from the 5. Chantel Pottle using the draft line off of Khan while at the same time getting a lot of run there off of Vickery. Great power here from the Camouflage 6 Sigma Sim Racing Lightning Wrapz machine. Pottle looking to try to make up for the trouble she has suffered through most of this season already. Talladega certainly did not give her any breaks there, so she said to me earlier, I'm going to try to make it all up at Las Vegas. Take what she learned from the draft and how to handle everybody in that mix and then go from there. 20 more laps remain before competition caution. Uh-oh, looks like a caution's going to come out anyway. There's problems down there. There's major problems. Michael Vineyard, Kevin Baker, and Jason Brent involved in a nasty little situation here. All 3 drivers in some way, shape, or form involved in the wreck. And we are going to have to take a quick look at the P10 Mr. Replay and showcase what happened there exactly. This does not look like it was a good hit. Coming right around here, looks like Robert Warren's there, kind of a little bit clipped in. I'm not sure if Vineyard got in there, Warren's, or if Warren's had started that mess in the first place. It's extremely difficult to catch here. We'll take another look at it from the drone cam we got going on. See if Warren's is a slight bump here. Nope, right there. Yeah, you can see Vineyard. He actually eclipsed the 87. So one more look at it here. I believe though it is going to be called on Vineyard here. See if Baker went up at all in the situation. No, that's all Vineyard. Yep. And Vineyard will have to serve his first EOL of the day here. If you start the wreck, you get put to the back. That is the rule of thumb. The drivers were told that in the drivers' meeting today. You start the mess, you have to clean up your mess. And usually that takes you straight to the back of the pack. Michael Bollinger comes on board, says, we got a battle for the lead between the 7 of Vickery and the 21 of Khan. Now time for us to see if the race control hands out any penalties for that. And Bollinger, you were kind of on the mark there. They did send out the penalty, and Vineyard will be the one recipient of that. Henry and Baker right now currently getting some damage cleared up. Baker, massive damage on the 87. I think he had to get a toe down in there at Henry. Oh, yikes. You would have thought that thing turned into something that looked like back in the 90s there. That does not look good. Henry's got a square body truck, and it's supposed to be a rounded body or asymmetric truck. There it goes. That's what's supposed to look like. So he'll get that cleaned up and fixed off on the track, race fans, and square him back up on the circuit. Brent Lowe coming on board saying, good evening, sir. Hey, Brent, great to hear from you there, sir. Great to have you back on the show. It's always great to hear from you guys down on the track and down on the surface here, and we certainly hope you'll enjoy this one here today. Now, when I was talking with these drivers today, they told me there's two ways this can go. The first one is it can be extremely good, or it can be extremely crapshoot. That's what they told me. That's from their words, not mine. So I will be the one to say that it looks like it's going to be a pretty decent race for the start of it anyway. Slight hiccup there. Michael Vineyard did tell me earlier today he is getting back into the swing of things, so learning his lesson there. He probably just got a little too close for comfort and ended up taking old Baker out there when he probably wasn't expected to. Baker coming back into the field here, so we'll see how well he handles the damage and handles his nerves out from that one. Nevertheless, reeling and dealing. Back off of turn number 4 here. We'll fire him back on down. Bollinger saying what the early caution where our pit strategy is going to be now if drivers stick to them or got to change them. Only time will tell. You got to be back. Thanks, Brent. Green flag back on out. Well, Bollinger, I'll tell you this right now. Currently, strategy-wise, I think Fuel, they'll pretty much kind of topple themselves to finish out the run for the state competition caution, and then from there they'll see what happens. Don and Paddle already going to go 1-2 right now, battling hard up position victory here, trying to get a run to it. Paddle may wait a little bit here, laying behind the 21's Wrapz here. Goke's looking to try to steal too. One thing we talk about so much is you can really flat handle this thing and keep all the power in it, but as you get later in the run, that right front will start to dip and it'll start to become a little bit more of a challenge to hang onto the truck. And you can see Victory already getting a good idea of that, almost taken for a bit of a ride from the 5 by the throttle, Chantel Bottle. Takes him down into the track though, Victory able to stay under control. The number 51, Jeff Radke right now, he makes his way into the field. Looking to possibly play a little bit of spoiler, trying a little bit of mind games with these guys. Yeah, he started in the 4th spot today, and he told me earlier, I'm really trying to focus in on where and when my luck can turn and where my changes can be made. Trying to focus quickly on trying to make some moves and make some runs here as the field starts to dip back in further as they go. The defending champion, Bobby Anderson, piloting back the big black and green wrecking machine that his son had actually developed up and created, he said to me earlier. He said he had to bring the Gravedigger scheme back because honestly, there's nothing like taking it down to Vegas. Uh-oh, there's also nothing like taking it out for a ride. Talk about having a drive, though. The 7 of Victory wrecking hard, spins out in the top half. Turn 3, we got problems. We've got major problems down there. A major collision course ensuing down on turn number 3. What on earth happened under caution beats me, but we're about to take a look at the replay on that one. Something catastrophic goes on here. Oh! And from that angle, it looks like Chantal Bottle might have clipped him there. Well, taking her look at it here, it looked like coming off from the corner, looked like Vickery was trying to hold the line down, so was Bottle. Two worlds collided and one world divided. Yeah, right there. There it is, right there. Yep. Chantel goes right up a little bit. The right front gives out. She's trying to hold the line, trying to save it. And I think that was Hansen that started another chain reaction. We'll take another look at that in a minute here. The throttle will be giving the EOL, though, unfortunately, for that one. But we'll take another look here in the back of the pack just to see if there was any foul play on Hansen. Here's the wreck, the initial contact. Hansen tried to avoid. Oh, he's already loose. Yeah, he's already loose. Warren's unfortunately was just a recipient of it. And here's the initial strike here. Oh, my goodness. Warren's. Oh, Warren's just giving it right back at him a little bit. I think it was some bumper car action down there. Lap number 17, not treating the drivers well, unfortunately, and a tough little break there for Vickery and Pottle. Both drivers definitely feel like they had some speed, they had something going for them, but the track was not going to give it to them here. Freddie Babb saying, go Babb, rooting on for the number 99 tonight. After his win last week, I certainly can tell you, he's looking to pull a back-to-back one on us. So the field now going to restructure, re-rack, restack, and they'll have to figure out how to go back on the attack here. Not the best way I think these drivers were expecting to come out, but again, we saw this happen last season. They would get a little bit feisty earlier, they got a little tense, they wanted to go for broke, but then, here's the crazy thing. When they finally separated out, and they finally figured out how to control the nerves and how to control these trucks a bit, then came the good racing. Came that extremely awesome 20-lap battle where it was side-by-side, dead neck, 3 trucks going for it all. And occasionally, a fourth intervened. Of course, we saw that with number 28 of Robert Brenneman there last time out. We saw the 7 of Vickery going with it. Matthew Hoffer in the 84, and Robert Kahn in that 20. Vickery that race as well had a good showing early out of the gate. Got himself trapped between a rock and a hard place though, and got stuck in a mix of a bad luck and a bad situation. Hoping to get that troublesome brakes fixed up. We'll just say now it's that caution. More drivers using their fast repairs ready to see how it's going to play out for these drivers that use their fast repairs early. Well, I can tell you this. It's not going to be for the faint of heart. 3 bikes back on out. Just a few short laps remain before competition caution comes out. Then we'll go ahead and switch to a commercial break here. But race fans, we wheel them off down through turn number 2. Jeff Oakes, the number 20, getting a good runoff on the number 21 of Robert Kahn. Kahn trying to hang on down in the back top half, trying to stick with it. Robert Warren's the number 95 in the pay-to-win 95 machine, trying to keep his D-dub button boxes up to good stuff, up to good traction here. Corey Stahl in the distance 66 as well, right in the mix. Focusing highly on the track and highly on the corners. You can see how he works the steering wheel, how he works the field in and positioning. He's trying to keep the distance, but not trying to over-tear or over-tread the tires. If you tear those tires up too much, you won't have anything to grip with later down the road. Oh, and speaking of getting later down the road, almost getting into the 99. Bab almost taking Old Oaks for a little ride there. Why Bab last week coming off a career high win at Talladega. Took home only his second career victory. But he told me earlier today, all my wins have been at play tracks. I think it's about time I show them what I can do on the other tracks. And really, Las Vegas Motor Speedway does kind of drive like a super speedway, if you will, for a half of it, but the other half is trying to just get this truck to stay on all foot and all 4 feet. Especially with that rear end breaking down as it goes along, it becomes so much more crucial and detrimental to the overall speed and endurance you face. Jason Brand, the number 55 here, also trying to get some power up into the grill here. Jason Henry, the number 3, just right up ahead of him. Henry's another one of those guys, in my opinion, that he can truly show you what he's got at his disposal and got at his playing field, as long as the truck is willing to work with him and he's willing to work back with it. But it seems like when he starts to get things figured out, things start to get a little bit more roughed up and a lot harder to control as the competition caution comes out. So I was off about 5 laps there. It was actually lap 25, not lap 30. My apologies in advance to the drivers and the fans out there. That was my bad. Nevertheless, though, coming from position-wise, top 5, Sean Long in the 98, moving his way up. Oaks gets 4th. Warrens will be 3rd. 2nd will be Corey Sobger, a major run there. And right now, the race leader, looking for his second win in the 2 seasons, is looking to bring it home. The Rattlesnake Robert Kahn's guide so far. But will he be able to continue it on, race fans? We're going to find that out here later on. But right now, we're going to cut to a quick commercial break. Stay tuned with us here on PTM Racing TV. Tonight's race here for the Six Sigma Sim Racing 80 has been presented in part by our friends at Six Sigma Sim Racing. Six Sigma is your #1 Mosin Sim Magic dealer in North America, while also the manufacturer of best valued high-end sim racing chassis in the market. Buy the ButtKicker. Best in performance for feeling real tracks on the virtual world. The ButtKicker. Feel what you've been missing. Buy the Pit Stall Racing Series, the place for all your high-octane racing needs on Thursday nights. Be sure to tune on in with us for all your sim racing needs. Buy Ford Entertainment Group PC.net. Matching your want with your wallet will always work with your needs to build the best PC at the right price. Buy GainZFitness.inc. And buy Lightning Wrapz, the most affordable designs made at your leisure. Lightning Wrapz will bring you out the best designs to your library.
Looking for a new PC or an upgrade to your current one? Look no further than Ford Entertainment Group, your home for the best quality and value in new, pre-built, and custom PCs at the lowest price guaranteed. We have affordable PC solutions for any budget, with custom builds starting at $595. Even the pros turn to Ford Entertainment Group to get them up and running. With valued customers from all over the world, it's easy to see why Ford Entertainment Group is the most trusted brand in custom PCs.
I wanted to save my awesome subscribers the most money when they start their sim racing journey. Well, I searched high and low for the best deals. And I'm so proud that Jeffrey and I partnered up so I can spread the good news about where to get the lowest price on a high-quality computer.
Feel confident when buying from us with the FEG Satisfaction Guarantee. Get yourself on track today by visiting us online at FEGPC.net.
When you need the best designs in your fleet of vehicles, there's only one brand name that many trust in. One that makes every car pop out from the rest of the field, and that is Lightning Wrapz. Be sure to check us out on Facebook at Lightning Wrapz. Get yourself a vehicle unlike the rest. Lightning Wrapz, the most affordable designs made at your leisure.
With the ButtKicker Gamer 2, what you see and what you hear is what you feel. ButtKicker. The future is feeling.
Battle of the Racing League. Would like to give a big thank you to our sponsors as well for this season, for helping us out, for all the support here in Season 9. Thank you so much for your support. And now, stay tuned as us as we go back to you live here at Las Vegas Motor Speedway with the Six Sigma Sim Racing 80. And indeed, race fans, back live here on the show here. We're going to get back down to the business end of the spectrum as we are now approaching the restart of the Six Sigma Sim Racing 80 here at Las Vegas Motor Speedway. Lap number 28 now getting put in the books. Lap 29 will be where they set them off at. To lap 30 they will go. Sean Long in the 98 right now is going to be your race leader here for the time being, with Kahn, Warrens, and Stahl laying right behind him. Long going with a very substantial pit strategy here. Had only taken fuel on his pit stop. Decided not to go for tires. So he's going to play a bit of a risk here. Going to try to play a bit of a gamble on the track. Definitely going to make things a lot more ready and set, but pressure will indeed be upon him. The field marches their way down off of turn 1. They'll sling him down into turn number 2 here. We're going to get him going back again. Sean Long and Kahn looking at it right now, each other, trying to size each other up, get everyone ready to go. Remember, they must go on the green flag. No early jumps, no early starts. Driver's well aware of that, and they said a few things about it, which they don't seem to mind either way. But I've always said before, and I'll say it again, if you can time your strategies right, those green flag starts are your best friend. Time it wrong, and they could be your worst enemy. Either way, pressure is on when you're up front, because you make sure you don't spin those tires, you don't let up too quickly or give out too much. Focus on the track ahead of you and focus on the ride you're about to face. Off the distance into turn number 4. Down to the front straightaway they go. Into the Six Sigma Sim Racing restart zone. We bring him back to the green. Whoa, a little bit of trouble out of the gate. Michael Viner, I'm not sure if he was trying to get a jump out of the gate or what went wrong there, but the double O slammed onto the wall protection. It's going to give him early problems here. 3 deep nearly as they come through turn number 2. Robert Warrens wasting absolutely no time to put one up on Kahn. We've been wondering for a while when Robert Warrens was going to have his way to take a chance of Kahn. Both him and Kahn are extremely equal in terms of speed and ramifications. Both drivers can really take it to the drive and take it to the fight, and they are extremely aggressive in their own right. But Sean Long right now showing that he can still hang with them despite some tire wear burn. He's still feeling a good amount of pressure on him as Corey Stahl goes to the outside trying to make the pass on the number 98. Bab as well, the 99, trying to drive his way through. Again, these drivers running for themselves, running for whatever they can get. They have to go for what they know and do what they have to do. Bob Anderson, the 18, much the same here, but Kahn currently leads the field in with a great drive off and a battle back and forth. Long losing momentum here as we go on board here with Jeff Oates. You can just see the pressure getting to some of these guys that are getting to some of the other drivers in the field. Taking tires is a bit of a risky strategy. It's a bit of a risky move. Considering again, you get about roughly 20 some odd laps on the tires and on the fuel. I'd say you probably get about more than like 18 laps in total before you start having to lip though, and that's when things can get very difficult. Kind of Robert saying retards can be brutal. Trust me. Yeah, we'll know how that is. Stahl on the outside, Bab on the inside right now, trying to maneuver his way through, looking for some controlled aggression and power raised up. Corey Reed, the number 27, right on the bottom lane here, continuing to dictate the pace, dictate the control. Looking for momentum, looking for control of the track, control of the area. Kind of stuck between a bit of a rock and a hard place though, because again, he's not getting all the momentum he'd like, and at the same time also having some GainZFitness issues. because the glitchcraft and gremlins do not like gains. They like to display. Bab and Khan back and forth with one another. Looks like Khan may be slowing down just a slight bit to conserve tire wear and conserve the fuel. Bab and Stahl, though, looking like they were going to try to outmaneuver each other. Bab looking for 2 in a row. Stahl looking to get a win again. The last time he visited Victory Lane was at Dover Motor Speedway, and what could best be described as one of the most chaotic endings to any race we've ever seen. Literally getting turned off from turn 4. It got flipped in the back, but still managed to keep the truck at least further enough of the distance to win it out. He told me earlier today he's hoping that that doesn't happen for again, but if he says it does, then it does. He will not hold back to race this one out. Well, he certainly is doing that. Khan right now is a master of defensive and blocking as much as he can be as a master of just holding his line down. So far, again, he's really just been holding the line down, not letting up on the guys off the top side. Knows that they have to run there, he'll burn their tires up. The funny thing is, he's giving them rope. He's giving them room. He's really giving them room here. You can see how much space and clearance he's giving them. But the problem is that, again, they can't really find a way around. They can't find a way out of it, so it's not helping their cause any. It's definitely struggling to get them back into it. John Long here and Chantal Fato having a little bit of a tussle here. Sean having to fall back. Those tires extremely durable, but they're not that durable. And he's tore them up a new one. Lost control, now has to fall back into the position. Memory Ratke joins us. They're saying go 51. Memory, thank you so much for tuning on in here. Well, just saying we got a new league battle between the 2199 and 66 trying to join the party now. Well, we had a new leader maybe at one point, but they've been swapping them out occasionally, so it's kind of hard to really say who's got the lead and who doesn't. Don's starting to clear the gap off, though. That's a big gap he put on the drivers now. You can see how much further he's getting ahead. Jeff Oakes knows a thing or two about what Khan's tricks are. He's dealt with him for over 12 seasons. Not just on iRacing, but on NASCAR Heat, and the time they have spent together, he's learned and studied many tricks, many obstacles, myself included. We've learned a lot how to really take Khan on at his best and at his ultimate playing fields. To me, my best area I can take him down as road courses. That's the only tracks I've been able to really figure out a way to outmaneuver him on, because cornering-wise, he's not been the greatest in terms of trying to pass on that level. He's always had an extremely versatile end when it comes to ovals, but road courses wise, he's told me earlier he's had a hard time figuring out how to pass on those tight end corners of a road course versus what you could do on the oval ends. And I think it's kind of one of his kryptonites end there too, and Oakes almost displayed that as well at him back at Sonoma Raceway last season, where he put on an impressive performance and a great showmanship out of them. Looking to try to filter that again today, maybe look for a bit of a control on the track. We're halfway done here so far, and right now the field is starting to separate, starting to grasp the control of the track, while at the same time finding themselves kind of trapped between a rock and a hard place. We're going to have a battle out here, though. The Rattlesnake, Robert Kahn, going to have to try to hold off 5 drivers now. Warrens, Oakes, Babb, Stahl. We're going for the Rattlesnake. And Khan, well aware of what's surrounding him, well aware of what's going on right now, trying to stay focused on the control and the dictation. He can hang in. Babb and Stahl right now probably trying to use the draft off a little bit, trying to see if they can outmaneuver the other and really bolster the line down. Khan trying to keep them both away from doing anything too crazy, but the problem is, the more he's driving it up to the top or driving it more up there, he's going to burn tire up, and depending on how Stahl and Babb are, they could be able to outwit him and outsmart him, get a little bit of a push on the backstretch, bump them draft out, and then maybe make a run for it. But again, doesn't seem they want to go that route right now. It seems they want to slowly pace them and dictate the control. That might not be a bad idea. But again, how long will it last? Because even as a driver, I can tell you, I'm extremely impatient when it comes to this stuff. I will not care If it means I have an opening, I will go for it. That's how I've always been. That's how I always will be. But every driver is different. Where do these drivers lie and where do they think about in the long-term scheme of things? Winning is extremely important for many of them, and being able to grasp the coveted trophy at the end of the season is certainly something I think a lot of them think so highly about. Back in the pack right now, currently, let's look back up here. Kevin Baker, after the hard little lick he suffered earlier on, seems to be A-okay to control and damage through. Jason Brent, Hunter Hansen currently in pit road right now, getting tires and fuels. Looks like they're going to strategize that above all else. Sean Long, you started up on the front half here, falling further into the abyss of oblivion. He has not been able to keep up with the pace, keep up with the controls, to say like a 5 or Santo Fano or even the 84 Matthew Hofford. Despite Hofford where he's at, which is, in my opinion, right now surprising to see how far he is playing back. I don't know if he's trying to get a fuel run strategy going or if he's looking to try to maybe outsmart some guys, but Hofford last time out here did an impressive job driving it with the best of them, and right now he's laying really low for what I would say is not a usual of the Hofford camp. Mike Rideout, though, the number 76, great to see him really taking a bit of a control cage, going to take some speed up on the track here. Really kind of ho-homming and hammering down when he needs to, but so far kind of just laying low for now, staying in that top 10. And speaking of that top 10, of course, the defending champion, Bobby Anderson, the 18, looking to try to not only defend the title, but also to etch his name in stone with some of the toughest drivers that have ever gone back-to-back in terms of season championship scopes, like the Rattlesnake Robert Kahn and even Cindy the Closer Taylor on some ends occasions. So much on the line here, and so much obviously playing out with the top 5 here, of course, for prizes at the end of the season. And of course, always the championship trophy for the season title holder. And you know, many people can say what they want about esports, but I mean, the whole fact of the matter is that trophy means a lot to some of these guys, and it means a lot to some of these gals as well for how hard they work, how hard they get just to even have a chance at being able to claim something like that. Down the back half right now, the number 20 of Jeff Oaks in the Napa Auto Parts Chevrolet, trying to maneuver and swing the round through his route. He wants the Napa Auto Parts machine right in a perfect spot, in a perfect area, but doesn't seem to have the speed yet to make the move. Corey Stahl hanging with Kahn at the moment. And remember, Stahl only has one victory to his name right now. He's looking to try to pull off victory number 2. But to do so, he's got to go head-to-head with the most winningest driver in Pedal the Metal Racing League history. He's won championships. He's won races to the skin of his teeth by lapping the field out. And he's done a lot of crazier things before. Kevin Baker is going to pit road right now. Going to try to stay out of the way of trouble here. Vickery and Reed were having a good little battle too. I didn't quite get any coverage on that one, but you can probably see in the background both drivers heading into pit road. We'll see how their strategies play out. '99 of Wally Babb right now, separated out by about a full second to Corey Stahl and Robert Kahn here. Meanwhile, Jeffrey Oaks in the 20 and the 95 of Robert Warren right now battling off each other, trying to take advantage of the other here. Babb going to pit road, so Kahn and Stahl, Oaks and Warren stay out. Your new leader is the number 20 of Jeff Oaks. And Robert Warren's again trying to focus a different kind of type of strategy. Early on took it a bit easier, then kind of focused in on the rest. Looks like he might be getting set up here for a pit road entry. It seems as though Oaks might be doing the same, slowing down speed here. Big shift down, trying to slow enough up. Gotta try to slow it. Backs to slams the brakes, gets it in. But is that going to be a little bit too quick? Glad to see speeding penalty, though, will be very crucial. They're stuck in there pretty long. Dennis Warren's your new leader. And this again was what I was talking about last time when we had the start of the race. It got a little ugly, got a little nasty. It wasn't for the faint of heart, but then as we started to separate and build the track around, then things got better. It got a lot more racy. You're seeing that here happening right now. And Dennis Warren's here going to opt into pit road now. Khan trying to get his lap back and trying to get his speed back. Corey Stahl got a little bit of company though. Jeffrey Vickery, who went in a lap before him, trying to hang with him. And they're battling each other too extremely hard here, giving Khan plenty of room to just kind of maneuver through the field. Right behind him though, Jason Henry. He's also trying to make a bit of a substantial fight back here. Good speed and good momentum trying to carry through. Best lap times right now are reading on our Richter scale here. The times are as followed. At the 30 seconds mark is where you want to be. And currently the fastest of them all, surprise, surprise, Robert Kahn, 30.93. Second to him there, 30.98, Wally Babb and Corey Stahl. And then Sean Long kind of holding it up on the bottom end as the final driver that's got a 30-second lap time in there. Again, a lot of that built and predicated around the draft. But it's much needed and much more preserved to have that lane, have that control, so that way you have a little bit more endurance to use up for later. .25 laps now remain here. Khan starting though to run away slightly, but it looks like his endeavors may be all for naught. Look at the lap time here, presented here by our friends at Six Sigma Sim Racing. The lap time delta shows this is a gain of ground. Stahl catching him by tenths and tenths and tenths. Khan may have overdone his tires a little bit. Maybe trying to back off now to try to save and preserve for the final run. He knows they're going to be coming for him, and he knows they're going to be trying to match the gas pedal on him. He's going to try to block immediately, go to the bottom lane, get at the dirty air, and throw it back at Stahl. Corey knows that dirty air is going to be extremely discerning. If he gets in any of it and he can't get around the rattlesnake, he's going to be slowed down tremendously here. And remember, I said last season we had a record-breaking amount of winners, I believe 8 or 9 in total. Khan was the only driver to win anything with 2 to his name. He was able to actually take home, I believe it was 3 or 4. He did not come away with the title though. That would go to Bobby Anderson. He finished runner-up. Vickery was close to behind though with a 3rd place season standings finish, and Oaks also in that season standings top 5. It was 1 for the record books. The most championship winners, race winners in a 12 race championship season here on Pizza Racing TV. And also for the league's credit too, again, and I've been a part of this league for a long, long time. I've seen it all come and go, and I've seen so many crazy things happen. I mean, really, the only thing I could even compare it last season to was literally in NASCAR Heat 4 with the actual Rookie Truck Series. I came home with 4 wins, and then there was everyone else had a win in that season too. Multiple winners, but only I was the only one that was able to go with 2 wins that season, if you can believe it. Not trying to toot my own horn or anything. That's why I'm in the broadcast booth, and these guys are out here racing it. I cannot handle these things as well as they can. I'll tell you that right now. Corey Stahl right now, he got momentum, he gained speed, but right now Khan is keeping the traction on his playing field here. Holds the lead down with 20 laps remaining this time on by. In the back of the pack right now, lingering back through the field. Jeff Radke keeping it in the top 10, moving it just behind Bobby Anderson, who moved up 1 on him. Mike right out, and Matthew Hofford having a great deal of control over the other. But again, surprising to me, again, Hofford this season seems to be at a bit of a downturn and having troubles keeping speed and momentum up. But again, that could easily change, because next week we are heading it down to the land of Kentucky Bluegrass and Kentucky Fried Chicken. If you couldn't guess where we're going, that's right. Kentucky Speedway returns to Pizza Racing TV and will be the next showcase for Pedal Limiter Racing League. Is the Pit Stall 100 at Kentucky Speedway. Stay tuned with us next week. We'll see you guys then. Luis Mendonca saying, is this real or virtual? Well, depending on how you look at it, it's real that they're actually driving, but it's in a virtual playing field. So, depending on how you look at it, that's kind of the best way I can describe it. The feeling can be very real because, again, the sim is supposed to design to mimic and kind of give you an idea of what these vehicles actually feel like in a real race setting. Granted, it's not fully controlled and realistic, and no, it is virtual, but it sure does look real, I'll tell you that. Well, interesting, I feel like I can't handle the drive either than the next gens, so I'm not even going to get started on them. I love watching the next gens go around on track on Sundays. I hate driving them in general. You guys can crucify me if you want, but I cannot get used to that darn little twitchy, little snap lock steering they call a steering valve. That thing drives me insane. And speaking of being driven insane, I'm pretty sure Vicker right now probably going a little insane knowing what's going inside of him right now. Jeff Oakes to the inside, pilots the Napa Auto Parts looking for the run with Hunter, Hammer, and Hansen. Trying to duke them both, get a lap. Looks like he might be trying to get a lap back here. He's a lap down right now, and he's driving extremely hard against the front runners in the third spot. Oakes trying to give him some room, and Vickery getting trapped in there. Looks like he'll try to dive back down and use Hansen as a little bit of a weapon brigade. Bit interesting to see lap traffic actually running as hard as they are here, but again, Hansen probably thinking if he gets a caution to come out, he might have a chance here, but maybe too little too late in my opinion. Vickery lost a lot of momentum here, and Oakes currently is not getting much help here from Hansen. If I was Oakes right now, I'd probably let him by and stop trying to fight him on the bottom. Hansen finally gets a run there on the inside, takes it to the bottom and gets a good clean pass. Now Vickery's got to try to make up for it as Robert Warrens closes his gap on him as well. Back to the Six Sigma Sim Racing time Delta sheet. Warrens has been gaining hundredths of a second to 0.2 of a second, depending on what lap it was, on Vickery. And Vickery now even going to give him an opening here. Vickery goes to pit road, the final pit stop being made. We forgot all about that. How long were the pit stops going to last? Let's take a look at the sheet. The time Delta sheet shows it very clearly. You're going to get about 25, roughly 20 laps or so, 25, 24-ish. That's right at the number, right at the cuffs. So they're running very, very close to their times they got to hit the pit road. And again, going into pit road at a bad time or at a bad place can certainly cost you. And Khan reading into that as well. Oakes and him will go into pit road. Henry is in there too. Chantel Pottle enters in as well. Anderson, Babb, Radke, Long, Vineyard are all in, and they're trying to get out quickly. Radke trying to get a little bit of a name for himself and try to show he can hang with the big dogs here in the league. Warrens and Stahl playing to their strategy, playing to their momentum. Stahl hoping for one extra better lap of tire to take down the Rattlesnake. Will that be enough? He needs a good pit stop in. Khan right now focusing highly on trying to get in and out. He's going to get out-duked here by Oakes and Vickery. And wait a minute. I think Khan might have some problems down there. I think he's got a problem. Might have had himself a penalty going into pit road. He's not coming out. Whoa, that is a complete sweep of the pit here, and that is going to be a massive undertaking. He has been just completely denied another win in a horrible situation here in terms of the pit stop strategy here, but trouble ensues right in front. Bobby Anderson has clipped the 76 of Mike right out in turn number 4. And maybe a miscommunication there either between Rideout or Anderson, but whatever the case may be, that just threw everybody for a complete 180. Well, got to go back to the PT Mr. replay. What on earth happened here? I had to guess, honestly, it looked like from my vantage point, it looked like Anderson was timing a shot to make a pass here. It looked like Rideout might have slowed down too much. Anderson completely clipping right out there. Looked like he was just getting kind of trapped in a rock in a hard place here. And again, I don't know for sure what Rideout was completely thinking there, but to me it looked like Anderson had some room and some time to get out of there. You can see he's braking, and it looks like going to pit road. So I don't know if that was miscommunication there from Rideout or Anderson, but nevertheless, yeah. That will face the drivers here, and Rideout with major damage on the rear end of that truck. Jason Henry saying, call me Denny's Hamlin, caught speeding. Well, Henry, I guess there's one good thing for you is that had a bit of a chance to get a fight back here, but I don't know how well it's going to help you here. So right now, those that are on a lap down, you're not even going to believe this. Lap down right now, currently, Mike Rideout. Or excuse me. Hold on, we gotta mark this down all the way here, guys. So if I'm reading this right now, okay, I get it now. So currently, looks like from my vantage point here, you've got Oaks, Babb, Pottle, Brent, Baker, Stahl. They're going to be on the lead lap when they go back around. Mike Rideout is currently going to be a lap down, and given the lucky dog, he might have a chance here. If he gets the lucky dog, he'll be back on the lead lap. Corey Reed, Dennis Warrens, Matthew Hoffer, Robert Warrens, and Jeff Radke is going to be your top 5 coming back to the line in an absolutely wild position we have just found ourselves in. And remember last week, I said Reed looked as best as he has done in a long time. This is the first time he's given a golden opportunity to try to take control of this race and finally end his suffering of a long loss, taking control of it. But there's another guy that wants to get that back as well. The man that thought he should have won last season, Matthew Hoppert. He's in the top 5. He's in 3rd right now. Dennis Warrens hasn't been to victory lane in quite some time. He wants to return. His brother, Robert Warrens, looking to do his first bidding into victory lane. This is going to be an all-out battle right now for the top position after what could best be described as an absolute wild situation of circumstances here in the Six Sigma Sim Racing 80, folks. So the field right now are going to linger their way down across the track, down into the field here. We'll have to see how this one plays out from here. we saw the levels of aggression earlier on these drivers put up against. They're going to have to give that a whole different meaning here. They went from the first half, which was clean, good, and awesome, and then that second half, the first half was a bit rough, but it was some good racing in there and some good passing. The second half, it was all about managing the tires and some good battles that kind of mixed in with some impressive performances there. Now, this is what we call the ultimate shootout. This is like if the gunslingers back in the late 1800s and the really, really big Wild West days of our world, and in the United States that is, had all the tools and all the spots to hit their mark. The rest was on their keen instinct and their way to shoot the trigger at the right time. We're going back green with 5 laps to go. The flagman will hold up a high five in the air with the green flag charging down. Will the GainZFitness number 27 of Corey Reed finally get himself back into victory lane? A whole new scheme and a whole new look for him. But of course, the D-Dub button boxes. Number 90 of Dennis Warrens is no stranger to victory lane. He's put up the fights. He's put up the runs before. Can he do it again? Robert Warrens making his television debut just last week, trying to now showcase what he can do on the mile and a half. Matthew Hoppert, redemption is what he intends for the inspection station, number 84. And of course, Jeff Radke is also hanging along right there with the field with Jeff Oakes right behind him and the rest of those guys and gals that went back into this run. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to bring him back to the green flag coming off of turn number 4 with 5 laps remaining. Lights are off, lights are down on the pace car. Our flagmen ready to ignite the drivers. Top 5 on your screen. Here we go. Initiate launch sequence, power, speed, and power off. Hofford immediately straight to the bottom, trying to power the gas pedal off. He's looking for an opening. Just staying in the back helps save his tires up better than everybody else. That now leads to question. Reed trying to defend on the middle. He's not going to get much of it though there on the bottom. Here comes Hofford from the bottom, 3 deep. Warren's lost control there in the corner. He can't hold it off. We're top 5 now, swapping pain in the positions. Hopper trying to finally do it. He's looked to the inside. Reed on the outside, trying to hold on. Gets a bobble there, blows it a little bit in the corner. Now needs the track to help him out. Dennis Warren's kind of trapped between a rock and a hard place. Oakes trying to push him through. Wally Babb also hanging around back there. Everybody looking for an opening, looking for that one shot at greatness. Reed now has locked him back up with the 84, but he's got Robert Warrens making him a bit of a troublesome spot here. Warrens trying to find a way around Hofford. 3 to go. Hofford desperately gonna fight and back him off as much as he can. Look at the defense. Look at the offense. He's pulling on these guys and then to the defense. He found a good run. The blocking now will be put in commence. Defend the line. Defend the crown, as he says. He's going to try to hold on. We've got 2 laps to go. Green flag high in the air. This time on by. Swapping the position. Swapping the drive off. Now the final draft comes into play. Hofford knows he's got to get into the top side and then go back down low. No, he stays to the bottom. He's going to absolutely take this entire track with him. I've never seen Hofford have to block this hard or hold everybody off as much as he's doing right now. Leading it to this. White flag high in the air. Warrens dives low. He looked for the opening. He didn't get it there. He's going to try it again. Read him back through. Turn number 1. It's a good battle back off. Wally Babb now trapped with Dennis Warrens on the inside, trying to hold him back. Down the draft line, shooting through the gap, trying to find an opening. Warrens trying to get one more chance at Hofford. He's going to get him in turn 4, but will he have enough speed to carry through? Off the final 2 turns. Last season he lost. This season, redemption. Matthew Hofford wins at Las Vegas. What a performance. What a performance. I said at the top of the broadcast, and I said later on, I did not think that he was going to be able to really recapsulate and get that power back he had last season. Well, sometimes Lady Luck gives you 3 lucky 7s, and Hofford takes it to the bank. I think he honestly might break that engine before he's done. Well, I guess no, maybe not. He's going to cool it off here, race fans. We'll talk with him in just a minute, but let's take a look now at your race results presented in part by Lightning Wrapz. What a race and a conclusion yet again. Vegas did not let us down. Matthew Hoffert will bring the victory after a redemption end. He needed this one, and it certainly will help out his cause. But Robert Warrens is going to take home a solid second place. Jeff Oakes brings it home in third. Wally Babb will take it down for a fourth spot. Dennis Warrens, another top 5 for him. Jeff Ratke, I said that a minute ago, he wanted to make a name for himself. Well, he did. 6th spot. 7th will go to Corey Stahl. What a run he had throughout. Just came up a little bit short on the luck. Chantel Trotapado, consistency drew out her here. She'll handle it for an 8th spot. 9th will go to Corey Reed. It looked like it could have been, it should have been in his mind, but it was not to be. He'll go 9th. And a top 10 spot for Jeffrey Vickery, rounding out the top 10 in this one. And what I could just best describe as a holy cow race and a performance for many they can be very proud of. When we come back, we will see the top 3 joining us here in the booth. It's time to listen in and see what they thought about this one when we come back.
When you need the best designs in your fleet of vehicles, there's only one brand name that many trust in. One that makes every car pop out from the rest of the field, and that is Lightning Wrapz. Be sure to check us out on Facebook at Lightning Wrapz to get yourself a vehicle unlike the rest. Lightning Wrapz, the most affordable designs made at your leisure.
With the ButtKicker Gamer 2, what you see and what you hear is what you feel. ButtKicker. The future is feeling.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, here on the show. Real quick, Jeffrey Oakes going to take home for a 3rd place finish here today. Don't think he is going to hop out of the truck and talk with us just yet. But nevertheless, congratulations to Jeff Oakes on that 3rd place finish. Runner-up in this one today, though, man, what a debut last week. He brings it here in week 2. Robert Warrens goes 2nd today at Las Vegas here. And Warrens, man, talk about having to hold down the line to really keep these guys on their toes. You fought, scratched, and clawed, and boy, did you fight them all out here for this one.
Yeah, thanks for that. You know, it was a tough battle at the start there. I was hoping to save my stuff, and I got caught up in some early trouble. And then, you know, we went through, had the competition caution, then the cycle through green flag pit stops, and then we had to do a short fuel run there. And I thought I was in pretty good position coming out, and then that caution came out, and then, well, it was just kind of chaos on that last restart. And well, I was just happy to work through some of the magic. I think Corey and I touched doors there at the end, and managed to just bring it home in one piece in P2, so pretty happy about that.
Bring it home in one piece indeed here. Now I got to ask you too, I mean, just how crazy and how much of a ruckus was it just to even be able to sneak by there in that little small gap in that opening you had been given there at the very end?
It was pretty nerve-wracking, to be honest. I was thinking quite a bit that it might not work out, but it did, and very fortunate that it did. And these guys put on a good show tonight, and there was a lot of sharing of the track, so that made me very happy because I haven't had a lot of time in this league, but so far it's off to a great start here at PTM.
For sure, there it has indeed. Well, nevertheless, though, as you come away today second place, who do you want to thank you for that?
Just shout out to the league. It's been, like I said, a great start. And, I'm a team member for Pay to Win Setups. So if you guys are looking for open setups, it's a good spot to, get a monthly subscription. And then shout out to D-Dub Button Boxes as well. If you're looking for some quick pit stop adjustments, that's the spot to go to. I'm sure D-Dub or Dennis Warrens will give you a discount if you're looking to build something. And, those are the two people I'd like to thank.
For sure there. All right, Robert, congratulations here on the second place finish, sir. Great to see you finally in the podiums today.
Yeah, thank you. Have a good night.
You too. The 95, ladies and gentlemen, can take it home in second. Robert Warrens. Well, he now decided to hop out of the truck. Race fans, number 20 of the Napa Auto Parts Machine Chevrolet. It's Jeff Oaks now bringing it home for another podium today. And Oaks, every season, every time we buckle down and put that helmet on, I always say there's about a 25 to 30% chance I'm going to see you in the top 5, or I'm going to have to talk to you in the podium. And once again, here we are, sir.
Well, I could probably think of worse stats to have. I don't think that's too bad a stat. Yeah, consistency is a huge thing, especially when you got a lot of competition. We all love to win, but sometimes you just got to take what you can get and move on to the next race.
Move on to the next race, indeed. Now, I know you had a lot of run there, a lot of power kind of built around, but I know you got kind of trapped up in that draft pack there on the final 5 laps. What went wrong and what was going down there just to even get around these guys there?
I don't think anything really went wrong. I think everything played out probably about as well and as clean as it could be for a 5 to 6, 7 lap shootout, whatever we had there. It's just really hard to pass here, and once that late in a run, you hate to move to an outside lane and end up giving up a couple positions. It's kind of risk versus reward, I guess. And I know I had a couple fast guys behind me with Wally and them, and so I figured I'd just try and get the bottom. If he opened up the bottom, I'd stick in there and go from there. But they ran a great race up there. Hoppy did a good job from the lead there, protecting the track, and Dennis did a great job following him.
Certainly indeed there. Well, nevertheless, Oaks, as you come away today for another podium and a 3rd place finish, I got to ask you, sir, what do you want to thank you for that?
I appreciate you up there in the booth for everything you do up there. It takes a lot of time and effort. The league for putting this on. Six Sigma, FEG, ButtKicker, Lightning Wrapz. I'm sure there's a couple others in there, but just everybody and the guys and gals we race with. It's a fun league. It's been some great racing, and my beautiful wife who lets me do this, of course.
For sure there. Oaks, yet again, sir, a great job on a podium today. Congratulations here at Vegas.
Thanks, buddy. Have a good one.
You too. Jeffrey Oaks, ladies and gentlemen, going to take it home today for 3rd, but the man that seeks redemption gains it today. Matthew Hofford will win it in the 84 today at Hofford last season. Ever so close. Came up a little short this time. Not the same situation. Talk to me about this one, sir.
Oh, man. Boy, does it feel good. Finally got that monkey kicked off my back. After the week we had last week, starting off the season, man, this is a good follow-up for sure, man. This feels great.
Indeed it is, man. Now, I know you haven't been to Victory Lane in quite some time. You haven't been able to take full control of this race, but, I mean, you still have had a lot of bad luck and a bit of good breaks as well. But, I mean, this one, does this really kick off a bit of a redemption tour here and maybe a chance at the championship in your mind, you'd say?
Definitely for sure. Definitely going big confidence builder for sure, and going into the rest of the season, and definitely puts my eye on the prize for sure. It's something I'd like to tackle there.
Like to tackle indeed. Well, you're starting off on the highest and maybe the best notes for you in this team. So as you come away today here with the win, Hoffert, I got to ask you, who do you want to thank you for winning the Six Sigma Sim Racing 80?
Definitely all of our sponsors: Six Sigma Racing, Lightning Wrapz, Gains Fitness, FEG PC, ButtKicker, the Pit Stall, PTM Racing TV for the broadcast, all the racers tonight. appreciate everybody, friends and family watching at home. And shout out to my main sponsor, my buddy Tommy, the inspection station here in Raleigh, North Carolina. And looking forward to next week.
For sure there. All right, Hoffer, man. Been a while since we've seen you here, but it's good to see you nevertheless back in it. Congratulations winning it out.
Thank you, man.
Matthew Hoffer, ladies and gentlemen, seeks redemption, claims it today here in Vegas. Well, race fans, that'll do it. The coverage has been hot, the action's been cool, but man, oh man, has it been some. We thank every one of you guys for tuning on in. Thank you so much to our sponsors as well at Six Sigma Sim Racing, the ButtKicker Company, the Pit Stall Racing Series, Fort Entertainment Group PC.net, GainZFitness Incorporated, and Lightning Wrapz for their support throughout all this. What a wild, wild day it was, and we close out with this. So thank you so much for everyone that tuned in, and until next time when the green flag flies, stay tuned with us. We'll catch you later on the show.